What were the best top award-worthy cars of 2021? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. 2021 was a great year for new cars, and I had the privilege of test driving and reviewing many new models for this channel throughout the year. Some of them were good, others were not so good, and a few were so exceptionally great that I would actually consider buying them for myself, or at least recommending them to my clients looking to buy a new car. In this video, I'm going to break down my top cars of the year in various categories, which are going to include the best affordable car, the best crossover SUV, best electric car, best luxury car, and finally the best pickup truck. Now, I'm not actually a huge fan of Car of the Year awards, but if I had to give out awards, these would definitely be the winners going into 2022. Let's get started with my pick for the best affordable car of the year, which is the 2022 Honda Civic. Honda fully redesigned the Civic for the 2022 model year, and the redesign only solidified its position as one of the very best affordable cars that you can buy in the market. If you're looking to buy a reasonably priced car that still offers a decent amount of space, all of the latest technology features, great performance, and a great reputation for longevity and reliability, then you really can't go wrong choosing the Honda Civic. You can get the latest generation Civic as either a sedan or hatchback. Either way, you're getting one of the most spacious cars in its class, with much more interior and cargo space than comparable compact cars like the Toyota Corolla or Mazda 3. The interior is very upscale with a great design, excellent build quality, and all of the latest features, including a really good touchscreen infotainment system. You also get plenty of active safety features as part of Honda Sensing, which comes standard on every trim level. The Civic is also a great driving car too, with excellent ride comfort, good handling, and strong performance from either a 2-liter naturally aspirated engine or, on the higher trims, a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Although the sedan comes standard with a CVT continuously variable transmission, you can get the hatchback with either a 6-speed manual or the CVT automatic. The turbo engine offers great performance, but if you're just looking for something simple to get the job done, then the base 2-liter engine is perfectly fine too. Even though Honda has updated the Civic in many ways to make it a class leader, one thing that likely hasn't changed is its great reputation for long-term reliability and high resale value. Not only is the Civic very well priced, but it's a car that you can buy and hold on to for a very long time with minimal maintenance and repair costs. And because Civics are so desirable, they have sky-high resale value, which means you're going to get a lot of money back if you decide to sell or trade it in down the road. You just can't go wrong choosing the Honda Civic. It's easily one of the best affordable cars on the market, and definitely my pick of the best affordable car going into 2022. Let's move on to number 4 on my list, the best crossover SUV of the year, which is the Toyota RAV4 Prime. I drove a lot of great crossover SUVs in 2021, but hands down the one that makes the most sense to me as the best well-rounded choice is definitely the Toyota RAV4 Prime. The RAV4 is already the best-selling crossover SUV in North America, but the Prime makes it even better with a plug-in hybrid drivetrain, which not only makes it the most powerful RAV4 that you can buy, but also the most efficient one too. The hybrid electric system combined with the 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine makes over 300 horsepower, making it the second most powerful and fastest Toyota that you can buy right after the Supra. Not only is it powerful and offers great performance, but it's also very efficient as well. On a full charge, the RAV4 Prime is able to drive up to around 40 to 45 miles or around 70 kilometers on pure electric driving range. That's more electric range than you get from most other plug-in hybrids, including a few brand new ones that are coming out in 2022. And once that range is used up, you still get amazing fuel efficiency with up to around 40 miles per gallon or under 6 liters per 100 kilometers. And the other great thing about the Prime is that you don't have to sacrifice any of the RAV4's practicality in the name of efficiency. You get pretty much the same amount of interior space and all of the exact same features and great active safety technology that's available on every other RAV4 model. And even though the RAV4 Prime does cost more money than the equivalent RAV4 hybrid or regular gas versions of the RAV4, it is eligible for government rebates, which can reduce the price dramatically. And of course, because it's a RAV4, you know you're going to get an amazing reputation for long-term reliability, low repair costs, and very high resale value. Toyota hybrids are known to last for hundreds of thousands of problem-free miles, and they're one of the safest choices to go for if you're looking for a trouble-free car to hold on to for a very long time. The only problem with the RAV4 Prime is because it's so popular and in high demand, you might have to wait an extremely long time to get one. Depending on where you're located, the waiting time for a Prime can be over a year long, and some dealerships are even adding tens of thousands of dollars to the price tag. Now, no client that I've ever helped buying a RAV4 Prime has ever had to pay a penny over MSRP, but you definitely do need to wait a while, so as long as you're patient and able to wait, the Prime is definitely going to be worth it. Moving on to my number 3 pick for the best pickup truck of the year, the Honda Ridgeline. The Ridgeline is definitely not the most capable truck in the market. It doesn't have the payload and towing capacity of many of the body-on-frame trucks, and it's not as practical as many of the full-sized half-ton trucks on the market, but if most buyers were perfectly honest with themselves, they would know that the Ridgeline is more than enough truck for their needs. The Ridgeline is capable enough for most, with a 5,000 pound towing capacity and a payload capacity of nearly 1,600 pounds. But more importantly than that, it offers a practical and comfortable driving experience that pretty much no other truck can match. It has a ton of interior space in both the front and back seats, more than pretty much any other mid-size truck, plus you get a really practical cargo area beneath the bed in the back. And not only is it practical, but the Ridgeline is also incredibly comfortable to drive too. Because of its unibody construction and fully independent suspension, it feels a lot like a crossover SUV on the road, so it's not going to tire you out on longer drives. And because it's not as big and cumbersome as a full-size truck, it's a lot easier to drive and more maneuverable around the city, making it much easier to park too. But just because it's a city-friendly truck doesn't mean that you're giving up any of that truck durability. This is still a proper workhorse with a reliable, naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 engine, which Honda has been using for a very long time. This is a truck that's built to last and has a very strong reputation for longevity and rock-solid reliability. And because this is such a reliable and long-lasting truck, it also has very strong resale value too. There's just not much that the Ridgeline doesn't do very well, and anybody who's owned one knows how amazing they really are, which is why it's my pick for the best truck of the year. Moving on to my pick for the best luxury vehicle of the year, the Genesis GV80. The GV80 might be the first SUV to come from the luxury Genesis brand, but it's definitely a smash hit. The design is everything that you would expect from a proper luxury SUV, and it even resembles a few SUVs that cost double or even triple its price tag. The interior is equally impressive with top-notch materials, build quality and finishes that give off a proper luxury vibe. It's also a very functional SUV too, with plenty of interior space, lots of room in the back seats, and the option of third-row seating, making it extremely practical. You can get the GV80 with either a base 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbo or an optional twin-turbo V6. Either way, you get really strong performance and a great driving experience. The handling and ride quality are excellent, just as good as pretty much any other luxury SUV in this class. And even though Genesis hasn't built the same reputation for long-term reliability that you get from other luxury brands like Lexus, it does come with a class-leading warranty, which gives you plenty of peace of mind. Not only do you get one of the longest warranties of any luxury brand, but you also get prepaid maintenance for the first few years. So you're not going to have to spend very much money on one of these, especially if you decide to lease one for 3 to 4 years. The GV80 is a great sign of things to come from the Genesis brand, and just about the only thing missing from it right now is an optional electrified drivetrain like you're starting to see in a lot of its rivals. That's something that Genesis will most likely solve in the near future with a fully electric option. But in the meantime, if you're looking for a luxury car that happens to be electric, then take a look at my pick for the best electric car of the year, which is the Porsche Taycan. The Taycan is definitely not an attainable or affordably priced electric car, but it is definitely a very significant one. The Taycan was arguably the very first electric car that was good enough to properly take on Tesla, and there are some markets where the Taycan actually outsells the Tesla Model S by quite a significant margin. Not only is the Taycan stealing sales from Tesla, but it's also stealing sales from a lot of traditional luxury cars, which makes a lot of sense because it really is that good. You can get the Taycan in a few different variants depending on your budget and how much performance that you want. I've test driven both the Turbo and Turbo S with up to 750 horsepower, which offers mind-blowing performance that really blows away pretty much any traditional gas car. Not only is the Taycan luxurious, fast, and performs extremely well, but it's also a very usable electric car with a pretty decent driving range of up to around 250 miles or 400 kilometers. Not quite as much as some other electric cars, but because of that high-tech 800-volt charging system, you can get near a full charge in a Taycan in less than 1 hour. Quite simply, the Taycan is proof that electric vehicles work when done right. And the best part is that 2022 is going to bring a lot of brand new electric vehicles that are going to do much of the same. In the meantime, let me know what you thought of my top picks for the best new cars of 2022. Which one would you buy? Would you buy something else instead? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also take a look at some of my other car videos by checking out these links right over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you need additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcanada.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.